Spider, who is in fact an ant.
I think it's a prawn. A
Propose.
large prawn. And its fins and its scales really make me think it's a cat. Blocks of cheese. Bring the hunting hern. Blocks of cheese.
You're never seeing your home again. You're going to Epson's Island, you know? Alright, awesome. 3 useless conversations. Welcome back to more Monster Hunter Wilds. I don't have much to say, so just keep commenting other games you'd like to see me play on this channel, and if you find yourself enjoying this video or returning for my previous ones, then please consider liking and subscribing. If you do, I'll expose my friends' embarrassing gym stories. Last we left off, we did a bunch of grinding, then Josh and I fought a spider that I will continue to refer to as a walrus. We learned that our entire team is boring and useless, and that was it. The Spine is gonna blow up the big furnace, but not a 6, so we're gonna go fight some flying tapeworms instead. What do you mean use a dung pod to force them to disperse? 3v1 is just making a fair fight.
Legit. Oh, I'm coming, Daddy.
Okay. Words that are said on a daily basis. We beat the ever-living hell out of these things, but they also fight back a bit too. Even outnumbered, we bully these worms into submission. I capture the first one while Josh kills the second, then we again capture the last survivor. With the tapeworms defeated, we can now return to the oil well. We need to urgently warn them not to fix the cum spine, so we immediately check out the new armors. The walrus armor looks like a mech. Not what I was expecting, but oh well. At the same time, the Hirabami armor is just absolutely perfect. I seriously love this armor. And it's also the armor that my character has been wearing in all of the thumbnails so far. Finally, I'm lore accurate. Also, yes, that means that we were past this point before I started uploading my videos. But I won't be making the armor just yet because we still want to make a little bit more story progress before going back to grinding. We tell the guy not to fix the cum spine, but he fixed the cum spine, and now the furnace is starting up.
Which, I'm gonna guess that the monkey comes out of there.
It didn't work before because a monkey was just in there clogging up the machine.
That'd be pretty funny.
The people are all crying of whatever, and then apparently the fire angers the monkeys who are on their way to the village. Gemma gives a crappy speech that somehow motivates these people to, you know, not just frickin' sit there until they die. Okay, so this kid contracted a fever in the span of like 2 minutes, and he's also better in the span of 2 minutes. That's great. While everyone else does whatever, me and Grandma head out to deal with the monkeys. This fight starts off kind of annoying because they just keep attacking from 2 separate directions, but eventually Grandma chases one of them off while we deal with the other one. With this, Josh and I can now join each other. If only Alma would hold still for 5 seconds so I could cancel the quest. Alma, stop moving. Get over here, woman. Dude, it's just like in real life. The woman's running away from me. I freaking faint because Alma won't stop running from me, but this allows me to join Josh's quest, so. I'm gonna keep this quick since we already fought 2 of these things in the previous video. We beat up the monkey real bad and kill him without even realizing he was low on health. We return to the other people where they're still trying to fix the furnace, but then there's more monkey. Oh, I love this so What's worse than 2 giant monkeys? 3 giant monkeys! So the monkeys look like they're coming for us, but then some tentacles come out of nowhere and start throwing them around, revealing another Squidward. But to differ this one from Mosquito Squidward, I'll call this one Black Squidward. Saying that out loud, that sounds, you know, whatever. It's fine. Black Squidward kidnaps one of the monkeys and disappears down below. Alma volunteers us to take care of it, but not right now, because this session came to a close. And now we're on to the next recording. But I have some bad news. Max, Ben, Josh, and I all got together for the new Udra fight, but I either forgot to record it or I accidentally deleted the file. I don't know what happened. But either way, I don't have the footage of our first fight with new Udra. I'm sorry to anyone who's excited to see us fight it, but at the very least, this is the only story mission that I didn't record. From what I remember, we destroyed it really easily, Ben died, and it was pretty fun. Probably my second favorite fight after Ray Dow at the moment. On the brighter side, though, I now have the beautiful Hirabami armor, which shows a good amount of side boob that I can't intentionally show on YouTube. Whoa, I need a woman to say that to me in that tone. Huh? Where was I? Oh yeah. With the Black Squidward defeated, the furnace is fine, and there's some hard rock stuff in this giant pot thing. This guy smacks it with his hammer and examines the crystal, saying that it looks fantastic. Wait, isn't this how meth is made? Did we just make meth in Monster Hunter Wilds? So that's why they were so desperate to get the furnace working. The oil well people are all happy and celebrating that the meth came out fantastic. We have more freaking crying in this game. Grandma and the guy apologize because somehow this is their fault. And we see child number 3 thanking Gemma for what? For saving the day? I'm the one that freaking took down the monsters. All she did was help fix the furnace, really? And now they're uncomfortably close and hugging. Was this relationship developed at all during the story arc? I think Gemma needs to be put on the same watch list as Josh. Also, while editing, I found this single frame during this cutscene where Gemma and child number 3 just straight up disappear. Good job, Capcom. But with all that, let's finally get back to monster hunting. Ben and I had a session where we just kind of went around bullying a bunch of things. Nothing really funny happened, nothing of note occurred, other than Ben dying a lot of times, which is to be expected. But that led into a session where we finally continue the story. And I'm going to do something a bit weird here. I'm going to be combining footage and audio from 2 separate sessions, just because this first session I did with Ben, and then the next day I did the exact same thing with Max. So I'm just going to cut between them as needed. My own recording. And we can continue.
I hope you fall off a bridge one day.
I hope your wife divorces you. First things first, we gotta talk to this guy for some reason I don't remember. But he's gonna be the one that leads us into the next story mission, I guess. We recap the fact that cum alters the weather, but the game for once actually brings up an interesting point, and that's that Arkveld didn't appear when the furnace broke, which is very weird because he fed on both Uthduna and Ray Dow, so there's no reason why he shouldn't have also appeared here. But without any further Arkveld sightings, we don't have a choice but to go back several steps and just simply focus on getting past the Ice Shard Cliffs. Unfortunately, the pathway is still frozen over, so we must... Wait, it's not? Black Squidward melted it at some point? If that isn't convenient, I don't know what is. We're about to make progress into the next map, which is when I close out the Discord stream I had open earlier. Or so I thought.
This is definitely the right way.
Yay, we can finally bring Nada home and leave him behind, hopefully.
And Uncle Tashin.
Kid, why are you assuming that anyone in your family is alive?
Really
Is this kid stupid?
by yourself? That's incredible, Nata.
I leave the chat. Yes, I did.
To
I see.
Dude, I was literally about to call you and be like,
I was listening to the freaking kid talk, and I'm just insulting him
Okay.
the entire time, and you didn't hear it, but...
No, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. So anyway, we entered this area to finally get rid of Nada, but then 2 bears coated in white stuff burst through the wall. One of the yogis kills the other, and now it wants to fight us too. It whacks at us, but we dodge. However, it leaves a pile of crusty cum behind.
We're gonna fight a tempered Doshigama,
Close enough, I guess. It's not tempered, actually. It is,
Arkveld, Gravitational Pole Veld, Purple Veld,
what the frick are you saying?
Purple Kool-Aid,
Dude,
Purple Kool-Aid Bear.
I kind of get what you're trying to say, but you're just saying it in like the dumbest way possible.
You know what? I can't help. I'm mentally,
I said autism in the first video, you can say it.
okay, autistic.
Beginning the battle with Cum Yogi, I quickly realized he hits pretty hard, at least compared to everything else in the game so far. I also learned that he gives defense down, which for the life of me I couldn't remember how to cure in this game. And on top of that, he can also use the natural ground cum to heal his wounds. Well then, it looks like we might finally have a challenge. He's already near death. He runs off and we realize there's a second Cum Yogi. So we're gonna kill them both, because why not? We really easily finish off the second one before returning to our main target, killing it a few seconds later.
Am I? Why do you have different armor? I just realized.
Yeah, what do you mean? I have the,
I haven't seen you with it.
oh, this is the Hirobami armor.
Oh,
It shows a lot of side boob.
is that why you picked it?
No, but I just realized that's an extra positive.
You're the biggest pervert I ever known. No, new. I'm gonna say new because you're gonna die soon.
Probably. With Kumyogi dead, we continued to bring Nada back to his village, even though they were all most certainly slaughtered by Arkveld after that opening cutscene. We hop on our chickens, walk a grand total of 10 feet, and then Nada jumps off, beginning to call for his people. Dude, is this kid freaking stupid? His people are dead. All this is gonna do is attract monsters to what? How? Are you freaking kidding me? Not only are they alive, but the very guy Nada has the closest connection to happens to be right here? Whatever. Meaning that, reminder, this story opened with that old guy pushing Nada off of a cliff and leaving him alone in the desert. Just for all
Can you
of them to
blame
survive.
him though? I'd push Nada off a cliff too if I could.
Same, actually, yeah.
Their robes look pretty dope though.
Of course you like the clan robes.
No, I like the cool like metallic pattern on them.
No, I get it. I know you like clan outfits, yeah. I know, you're used to wearing them. Nada hugs the old guy in a scene that's really trying to make you give a crap about these characters, but I don't care. Fortunately, something I am actually interested in interrupts as a familiar roar echoes throughout the whatever this place is. To be fair to Capcom, after dogging on them for the story, I do have to give them credit, as I did have chills run down my spine when I heard the Rathalos roar. And if that didn't give it away, Rathalos swoops down from the ceiling and tries to eat the old guy. Honestly, if that happened, I would have laughed so hard I would have forgiven everything negative I've said about this game. Unfortunately, that's not what happens, but we still get to fight it at the very least, I guess, which is good for me, not so good for Ben, as Rathalos is one of the monsters he struggles the most with. Okay, Rathalos looks great in this game, though.
3/4 of my health? Bro,
Bring it on, Rathalos. I'm excited for this one.
I'm out of mega potions. I'm out of mega potions.
To be fair, he hurts me pretty bad too, but I'm also wearing Hirabami armor, which is really weak to fire, so yeah. We carry on with this fight, successfully cutting off his tail, then Ben dies.
Hey, I brought a friend. Is that okay?
This is a good Shakuba.
Maybe. I mean, you've been talking about how you need more friends in your life since all of us suck and stuff like that, so...
Oh, ow, ow, that did a lot of damage to me. I don't know what just happened there, but that did a lot of damage.
You know, having new friends, it can be explosive, you know? Kinda like when I first met you, our friendship was explosive. Explosive diarrhea. Stuff that you never want in your life. And you're like the crap stain in my underwear I can't get rid of now.
We get Rathalos on low health pretty quick, so I loot Goblin a bit and then return to finish him off.
You look 20.
Did he when seeing a baby?
Jeffrey Epstein when seeing a child.
Bill Clinton when monologue Kowinski.
Roz when Mike Wazowski.
Mac and cheese when David Hasselhoff.
Patrick Starr when SpongeBob.
Nom bread when the bacon is done in the oven.
Indians when having to deal with white people.
Hamburger. Okay, this is just a stupid. I need more water, so you do that cutscene.
Dude,
what?
just bring a bottle to you.
Yeah, but then it's not gonna be cold next time I drink it.
Dude, it's this thing called ice cubes.
Well, I'm gonna grab another water and not come back. I'll be right back.
Sheen, I hope you fall off a cliff. You guys wanna know the secrets about Jake? Jake's a big pussy. He's got like a giant one. His cliff falls a little bit to the left.
About the balls being a little bit to the left.
Oh, every single time you walk away, I tell your viewers something about you. You'll have to...
Okay, I'll review it in the footage.
You'll see in the footage.
Alright. Well, the good thing is I know I'm at least gonna walk away one more time before at the end of the night.
Drink it all before you came back?
What? No, I drank half of it.
I'm gonna tell your viewers right now. Jake's absolutely freaking retarded.
Max, you don't need to tell them that. If they can't figure it out by the first video, then they're hopeless. The old guy is really impressed that we can hunt monsters and thanks us for saving him and his stupid kid. We learn that he is not Nada's father, meaning that joke from my first video was a complete waste. But if they're not related, then from here on out, I'm referring to the old guy as Epstein, because, I mean, just look at him, there's definitely some coincidental resemblance there.
I'll show you to our village. Come.
I'm not interested in a clan village, and I don't want to come either.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know, I'm being stupid with what he's saying. We follow Epstein back to the clan village, where he proceeds to dump a mountain of exposition on us. Apparently, after the opening cutscene, Epstein was somehow knocked unconscious, at which his people, who keep in mind were trapped in a corner by a monster trying to eat them, somehow managed to get away, and then they somehow found this place, at which Epstein woke up a few days later. So as an aspiring writer myself, let me translate. The game writers themselves couldn't think of a logical way that he survived, so if Exposition Man doesn't know how it got out, then they don't have to think of an excuse. He gives us some more information that I don't really care about, before Nada is reintroduced to the clan, who apparently all missed him. Alma then starts frickin' crying. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm done simping for Alma. No more. I'm just simping for Ray Down, my character, for the rest of the game now.
Wait, he found his people? Good. Can we leave him then? Forever?
Yeah, I know, exactly. But no, somehow he's gonna stick with us for the rest of the game as far as I'm aware.
Oh my gosh. Why is she crying? She's crying because we're getting rid of him? Yeah, I mean, I'd be crying too. Tears of joy. Be throwing a frickin' backyard cookout. She's not puking on your microphone.
Sorry, I got water burps.
Water burps. I got water burps. He doesn't know how to drink water properly to the point where he drowns himself whenever he drinks water. He drinks it all on the way back because he doesn't know what to do with the water. Instead of just letting it sit on his desk and drinking a little bit by little, no, he's gonna drown himself because he's like a dumb goldfish who swims upside down in a tank.
Anyway, Epstein is now finally going to explain to Nada what the clan is all about. Apparently he was originally going to tell him on the day Arkveld attacked, but if you ask me, that sounds like bullcrap. So apparently, we're in the ruins of an ancient civilization known as Wyveria, who use cum as energy. The clan is apparently known as the Keepers, and they're here to preserve Wyveria's old ways. How do they do this, you may ask? I don't freaking care. There's so many freaking groups of people in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have the people that we came here with, then we have, like, the Arabs up above, and then we also have, like, the Furnace people, and now we have the clan. Like, why are there so many groups of people in this game?
Jake,
Yeah.
just because they're in all white doesn't mean they're the clan.
No, come on, look, I'm willing to bet. If he pulls up that hood, it's pointing, I'm just saying.
Wow, that's a beautiful tree. Dang. I mean, it kind of is beautiful, but at the same time, it looks like they just glued pieces of paper to it branches.
Can't believe how
This is an Ultra project.
No wonder why Nada came from this people. All they ever do is glue paper to trees like an idiot.
This is how we protect the environment. We make more leaves by taping the leaves back on the tree.
We cut down more trees, we turn it to wood, then we turn it to paper, then we take the paper, we glue it to a tree.
Are you stupid? You don't turn the tree into wood. It's already wood. Apparently, they were also at one point researchers, but they got bored and stopped doing that. So now they just kind of sit around and harvest cum, which is known as wyvern milk. I don't like the fact that I've been calling it cum the entire time, just to learn that it's actually called wyvern milk, which somehow sounds just as bad. Apparently, the cum and the cum spine come from a big cum ball known as the Dragon Torch. Wyveria's capital fell because they made some kind of big mistake, and he says he'll show us what he means once we're ready.
I hate this guy already. I don't know why I hate him, but I do.
Oh,
Well, probably because he took care of Nada. You should have let him die.
Oh, Epstein, yeah.
Epstein. Wait, is Josh our Epstein then? I just realized that.
Yeah.
Well, we can't say he's P. Diddy because, you know.
Oh, I think Josh was black enough.
Oh, I didn't mean that. I meant he had a tiny pee-pee.
Who, Josh or P. Diddy?
I'll let the viewers decide that one.
Where's that noise? Fall Guys outside my house?
What?
I don't know, I heard something that sounded like a Fall Guy outside my house. I have no clue what it was. I'm just gonna assume it's the neighbor's kids, but...
Reminds me. What was at your house for Halloween? The kids came up to the door, and when you were handing candy, you were like, trick or treat!
Oh my... Look, I literally never handed out candy before.
Rick's so stupid. He doesn't know how trick or treat works.
Dude, I used to...
Instead of letting the kids say trick or treat, Jake beat them to the punchline. At 25 years old, he doesn't know how Halloween works.
I
Still can't get over that one. That one still makes me die laughing to this day.
Shut up.
Trick or treat!
I
Kids look at him like as if he's absolutely dumb.
Look, I don't freaking remember. Halloween is a whole... I'm used to freaking just sitting at home and like doing nothing on Halloween. I'm used to actually having to hand out candy to kids.
Trick or treat!
Apparently, the ancient civilization created artificial monsters known as guardians to keep them safe, and Arkveld is one of these guardians that got loose. They don't need to eat or reproduce because the cum keeps them alive. Kinda like a succubus, except the physical pleasure comes from beating the hell out of it instead of the cum part. Wow, that analogy fell apart quickly. I hope somebody understood what I meant by that. That said, this leads to Max calling into question the technology of the Monster Hunter universe.
The technology of Monster Hunter is so weird.
I know.
Like, how the frick does that girl have Oakley glasses? Like, how the frick does she have such nice glasses?
Did you even care to have the glasses brand?
I thought of that. I guess I did.
With the reveal that Arkveld is an artificial creation, Nada starts freaking whining again. He just wanted to be free. Bruh, this kid just spent the latter half of this game wanting to get revenge on it, and now he wants to protect it? Seriously? After Nada complains for frickin' nothing, Epstein draws attention to his pendant because it's important or something.
Not a shut up.
I'm so glad you said that because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, kid, do me a favor, shut up.
Why are you crying?
Can we push him right direct center of Eschaton Judgment during the Elatron fight?
Do you think his pendant's charged?
I'm not including this frickin' joke. Nobody's gonna get it.
Well, then you're gonna have to put a miniature story of it. You should have a series where it's story time with Jake.
Oh my god. Okay, fine. More editing. I'll explain the charge pendant joke another time, but just know that I've already cut out like 10 separate references to it. We are then interrupted by some artificial chickens hatching, which I will henceforth refer to as McDonald's chicken nuggets. However, they are interrupted by Arkveld, who suddenly shows up and eats them. I don't care if it's artificial, I'd eat those things too. Alma finds it weird that Arkveld is eating though, cause, keep in mind, the Guardians shouldn't need to eat. But thinking is for losers, so we're just gonna beat it up.
Do you want me to join yours?
I'll join yours.
Okay.
Ah, crap. Okay, hold on. I'm actually being attacked by him. Just run away from him for a moment.
Oh. Oh, I got into a match with him. We were on a standoff.
Where the frick is the join player invitation list? No, dude, I literally can't accept it because it keeps hitting me. And it's loading too slow.
I'm horny right now. It grabbed me, I'm horny.
Okay, I'm joining. Dude, I literally can't join you because he won't stop hitting me. And now your invitation is gone.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Do you want me to join you?
Yeah, if you can, go for it. He literally wouldn't stop hitting me. I want to eat in the middle of this fight real quick. Ow. Arkveld, can you give me a moment? I'm trying to eat. Okay, just stay right there while I eat. Stay right there. Yeah, I got into the eating animation before you could stop it. After that little bit of a mess, I finally managed to join Max, and we end up doing pretty good in this fight.
You know, in this game, it seems like all monsters get white power. That's not what I meant. That was one of those conversations right there where I just kind of spoke and wasn't thinking.
Arkveld apparently didn't like it associating us with Max's clan, so he flies off with the grace of a drunk driver. We then find out that, unfortunately, both Nada and Epstein are still alive. Epstein is impressed with our strength, but even he's taken aback by a guardian eating. He tells us that the All-Harkin might know something about it, though.
She hearkens information. I need to know if that's a word.
I feel like it is, but...
There's Hearken. Like H-E-A-R, unless that is Harken. Is that how they spelt it?
Hold on, let me see. I think it was H-E-R-K-E-N? H-E-A-R-K-E-N. H-E-A-R... I'm having a stroke. H-E-A-R-K-E-N.
Thank you, Sesame Street, for teaching Jake so well.
With this in mind, we must go to the Ice Shard Cliffs to find this old woman who might know something. But first, new armors. Much like the normal version, the Guardian Doshagama armor is hella ugly. And the Guardian Rathalos armor, unsurprisingly, looks identical to normal Rathalos armor, but white. I'm not going to be making either of these as they don't really have any skills I want. Plus, the Hirabami armor I'm already wearing looks a lot better anyway. That said, I will absolutely be making the Guardian Rathalos longsword. Not only does it look sick, but it's pretty freaking strong too. On top of this though, we can also now finally view the full armor sets for Rathalos, Black Squidward, and the Fat Fish. The fish armor is very revealing. I like it, but I still prefer the Hirobami armor visually. Rathalos looks good, but it doesn't have any skills I particularly want. And Black Squidward's armor is far less sexy than I thought it'd be. Still looks pretty decent, but a little too flappy for my liking. FBI, I am responsible for 9/11.
Bro, what?
But with that, this recording comes to an end. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll make Monster Hunter Wilds harder for all of my friends. But maybe I already did